Hi, folks. We're looking at J9 of the Algebra 1 IXL. And J9 says we're going to create equations with no solutions or infinitely many solutions. So I haven't tried it yet. This is going to be a total surprise. So I don't know how it's going to look. We'll find out. So here we go. Let's see what kind of questions they have for us. Find the missing number so the equation has no solutions. So we know that the two coefficients on the x's have to be equal, and if the numbers are different, then it's going to have no solutions. So it's going to be a 5. Oh, come on. There we go. 5. In this one, we want infinitely many solutions, so we want it to be an identity. Has to be equal, so it's going to be a -5. I see what they're doing here. We're not quite creating them. We're just filling in the blank here. Again, it's going to be an identity, so it has to be the same. They just want you to recognize identities when you see them. This one has no solutions, so again, -5. If it has the same coefficient, it means the x's are going to cancel. And if you try to solve it, you're going to get 20 equals -13, which is not true. And it'll be no solution. Let's see, we want infinitely many solutions. So 4x minus 6 is the same as 4x plus -6. Same thing. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. In this one, we want it to have no solutions. 7 is not equal to 20, but the 3x is equal to 3x. This one, if we distribute that -2 times -x and the -2 times the -6, we're going to get the +12. The -2 times the -x gives us +2x, so that's going to be a 2. I'm going to go a little faster in just a minute here once I get to proficient. We want infinitely many solutions, so it needs to be the same. It has to be an identity. This one, we distributed the -3, and we want it to have no solution, and it will as long as I put a 3 over here. Notice the -3 times the -x is a +3x. And looks like one more to proficient, maybe. This time we need a -2x, and here's the reason. If you can see, there's a -4x on this side. On this side, there's a -4x, so there needs to be a -4x on that side. There's going to be no solution because we're going to end up with -4x plus 3 is equal to -4x minus 10, which is never true. So this will never be true and there will be no solution. There you go. Oh, we had to do one more. All right. We want it to have infinitely many solutions. We want it to be an identity, so it needs a 3. There we go. This one's going pretty quick. We want it to have infinitely many solutions. Notice that we already have a -x and a -x, so all we're missing is the -4 in the box. Oh, I said -4. There we go. Let me get rid of my pen here. There we go. In this one, we already have a -3x on the left, so all we need is the -4 to make it an identity. Find the missing number so that it has no solutions. Again, we better have a 3x over there. If it's anything besides 3, it'll have one solution. In this one, we want it to have no solutions, and so the 3x has to match with the x's on the other side, on the left. And since -4x plus 7x gives us our 3x, it'll have no solutions at that point. And this one, we want it to have no solutions, so we need a -3x in there. want it to have no solutions, so we need a positive 2x. We want our coefficients to match, so it looks like we need a 4 there, possibly. And that will have an infinite number of solutions, because it'll be an identity. This one will have no solutions if we put in a negative 4x, because then the coefficients are the same, but the numbers or constants are not. Almost done. This one goes really fast. They just want you to recognize the forms. Now we've got a 4x, but we also subtracted an x, so it has to be a 3. Now that's going to make it not true, so it's going to be no solution. This one is going to have a negative 4x plus 8x, which is positive 4x. And minus 6 on the left and a negative 10 on the right will mean there's no solution. In this one, we distribute the 2 to the x, and we have a 2x over there. And we want it to have no solutions, and it will not. This one, we have a negative 8x, but we're adding 10x to it. So there has to be a 2x over here to make it match. And we want it to have no solutions, and it will not. Almost done. And in this one, we have a negative 4 times a negative x, which is a positive 4x. And we have a 20 minus 3, which is 17. That will make them equal, and it will be an identity, because this negative 4 gets multiplied by both of these, and you end up with 4x plus 20 minus 3 equals 4x plus 17. Starting to do that thing Khan does. There it is. 20 minus 3 is 17, so they're equal, and it is an identity. Almost done. We've got a negative 2x plus 14 over here. And we do want it to have no solution. Now I need to add some number of x's minus 8. 14 and negative 8 is positive 6. We've got a plus 6 over here. Now on the other side, we have a minus 5. So the 6 and the negative 5 don't match up, but my coefficients, I want it to be 5x. So clearly I need a 7 right here to make it work. And that is correct. And we're almost done. I keep saying that. All right, we've got a negative 10x here, and we need probably 13x there to make it 3x on both sides. And then we will have no solution. Helps if I actually put it in. There we go. And it looks like maybe one more. This one giving us a positive 8x, but we've still got the minus 11x over there. So we've got negative 3x altogether, plus 10. And we want it to have no solution, so we need a negative 3 as our coefficient. Oh, still have another one. Last one, for sure. We have a 2x and a 2x, which gives us 4x minus 5. And on the other side, we've got a minus 5, which will make them true. This side simplifies to 2x minus 22 plus 2x plus 17. And when you add the negative 22 with the 17, we get the minus 5, and 2x makes 4x. And that will make them equal on it. And that's going to be an identity which has an infinitely many solutions. And actually, a better answer than infinitely many solutions is all solutions, because x can be anything. And it looks like we're done. And you all need to practice that form a little bit, and you should be able to do it pretty quickly, especially if you only go to proficient. So good luck. Get to it. You know the deal. Get some practice in.